Hello, citizens, and welcome back. This is our match reaction for West Ham 1, Man City 3 in the Premier League. So make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well. Let's jump into it. So 3 games, 3 wins, top of the league. Haaland flying high as well in the Golden Boot. I think he's 4 clear now of the next person because that's 2 hat-tricks in 2 games for him. Life's good. Life's a joke. It is boring football. It's boring City, boring Haaland. But we go on and we're going for another Premier League title. It's going to be 5 in a row at this rate. Look, let's look at the game. Pep, same team. He had to make a change because Savinho's injured, which is unfortunate because I think he's been our live wire this season. But Grealish came in on the left and you had Haaland, Doku up there with him. You had Bernardo, De Bruyne, Kovacic in midfield. Diaz, Akanji, Lewis and Vardy at the back with Edison in goal. And look, West Ham, we know how they're going to set up. They're going to try to hit you on the break like most teams do against us anyway. They sat really deep in this game. They were very condensed, right on the edge of their own box. And yeah, they played that long ball, trying to hit us with pace, trying to get numbers forward. And in the first couple of minutes, they caused us quite a few problems. They probably should have scored. One chance at the back post, I think it fell to Antonio. But we rode it out. And then after them first 5 minutes, it was the most one-sided first half you could expect to see. We took control, we were dominating, we had so much space in midfield because they just dropping back, and we were pushing them up the pitch. And De Bruyne, Bernardo, Kovacic, I mean, every time Kovacic touched the ball, he had like 30 yards of space all around him. It was crazy how much space we had in that middle. And yeah, we forced them all the way back. And this is the kind of game, and I've been saying it for a couple of weeks now, that when Doku's on the pitch, he ain't going to create you anything because he wants space to run into. But in games like this, there is no space. So having Grealish on the pitch actually really helped us. And that helped us find them, find little passes on the edge of the box where we're playing 1-2s and giving goals and that sort of thing. So it was good to see Grealish on, and I think he had a solid first half as well. But when we got the first goal, I think Bernardo pounces, passes it through to Haaland, sends the keeper the wrong way, gives him the eyes. Actually, I don't think gives him the eyes, just dropped the shoulder, rolls it in, and the keeper dived the other way. Didn't want anything of it. And from that point on, like I said, it's the most one-sided first half you could see after that first 5 minutes. But then we let in a stupid goal. The thing is, you can see it coming. You can see West Ham are going to get the ball. They're going to flood forward, which is what they did. Well, kind of. Actually, they got forward with Bowen on the right-hand side. They didn't flood forward, but Vardy just stands off him, lets him run at him, lets him get the cross in, and even though there's 3 City players in that box and not a West Ham player nowhere near it, Diaz puts it into his own net. So they get a goal, and suddenly it's 1-1 out of absolutely nothing. But fair play to City, and this is where I'm going to say well done to them again, is because they took control of the game immediately after that, once more. And again, we grinded them down, we didn't let them touch the ball at all, and we went back in front with Haaland. Great finish from him. Great work by Grealish first on the left-hand side to wiggle his way into the box. Get the pass across. I think it falls to Lewis, maybe, who feeds it to Haaland, who smashes it first time, top of the net. Keeper maybe should have saved it. I don't know. It came at him quite fast, but 2-1. And I wanted us to get a third before half-time because West Ham aren't going to be that bad again in the second half. But it wasn't to be. We go into half-time 2-1. And yeah, you're just hoping more of the same thing. That being said, second half, West Ham did grow into it. They did get through the gears. They came out of neutral gear, found first and second, and they caused us a few problems again. And again, they caught us on the break a couple of times. They had a couple of 4-on-3s, 3-on-2s, because Lewis is pushing his way all the way up to the box. And then I think when Vardy goes wandering a little bit further forward as well, that causes a few issues with that long ball. So when West Ham broke and they had that chance with Kudos, it was a big chance for him, and that would have changed the game. And I don't think we'd go on to win that if he'd scored it, but instead he smashes it against the post. That kind of galvanised them, galvanised the crowd as well. That was rather quiet. And they had a few, I don't know, about a 10-minute spell where they were kind of getting to the edge of the box, but not really creating anything, not really getting any shots away. But City, we've seen over the last few years on the Pep, we do know how to win ugly. We do know how to sit there. We do know how to soak up pressure, and we did that today. And then when Gundo come on, and Nunes came on, I think kinds of things have changed in our favour again. It gave us fresh bodies, a bit of impetus as well. And then Nunes picking the ball in midfield, wonderful through, but actually did really well to keep hold of the ball first because I think it was Kufal running at him. Slides away from him on the left-hand side, just shimmers the ball to his left. Feeds Haaland through with a lovely through ball. Haaland does the rest. Dink over Fabianski. Stunning hat-trick from Haaland, it's got to be said. 3-1, game done. They had a chance at the end. We had a chance as well to score 4th. Unbelievable save by Edison in the injury time, 95th minute. And yeah, that was it. 3 points, 3 goals. Disappointed they scored because they really didn't deserve that. But the win is the important thing. And let's look at this team overall. For the first few games of the season now, we've not really been playing our first team. We've been playing bits and pieces of them, but there's been no Foden, no Walker, no Ake, and no Rodri as well. But we're getting the job done, and the boys on the pitch are grinding the results out. And you got to look at it in the end of the second half. He brings on Walker, he brings on Ake. He brought on Nunes for more minutes as well. Gundogan's obviously getting more minutes now. He's back. So we're starting to get into full strength now, full speed. And we're picking up points in the process of going through that transition stage. So yeah, there's nothing to complain about right now as a City fan. Everyone's going to call it boring. Everyone's going to call it typical City and cheating City and all this nonsense. And the one thing I will say about the boring thing before I move on is that it's not us that makes this game boring. I mean, I get bored watching City games all the time. I go to the Etihad, I have my season ticket order. I'm bored watching the matches half the time. But it's not City that are the boring team. It's everyone else just sat at the back trying to defend with all 11 players and try and play the long ball. Everyone does it to us. Arsenal did it to us last season. They just time wasted from the first minute. So don't let them get away with it because Arsenal were bad for it. I mean, Arsenal played a back five today against Brighton. It's embarrassing. And then you look at Liverpool. They did it to us. United do it to us every game. Everyone does it to us every single game. So it's not us being boring. It's everyone else not being progressive enough and not wanting to attack us. Because if you attack the City team, I've said it so many times, Edison's a terrible shot stopper. Our defence is slow when Walker's not on the pitch. You catch us out so many times. We'll concede goals if you get them on target. So yeah, it's boring West Ham, not boring Six. I thought West Ham were poor today, and I think they kind of gave us a free win somewhat. Not to take anything away from the boys, because I think some of them played really well. And getting into the plays themselves, Edison, like I said, he terrifies me when he's in goal, but he made a really good save today. Akanji, Diaz were fantastic in the middle. I thought, they dealt with West Ham's height and strength and presence quite a lot. And the few set pieces they had as well, Diaz dealt with it really well. He got their own goal, but I thought Diaz was pretty strong today. And Guardiola did okay on the left-hand side. Lewis, fantastic, getting forward. Leaves us a vulnerable at the back because he's not quick enough. He's not as quick as Walker, recovery. But fantastic on the edge of the box, quick feet. Probably should have scored when Haaland played him through that 1-2 in the first half. But other than that, fantastic. Kovacic, I think he's been our best player this season. I think he's been unbelievable. I loved him at the beginning of last season before he got taken out of the team for a while. This season, again, when he picks up the ball, he's always turning. He controls it so well. He understands the game. He's got the presence of mind to know what's around him. He's so good, Kovacic. I'm really impressed with him. Another 10 out of 10 performance for me from him today. Bernardo did really well. Gave the ball away at the end of the second half. But other than that, does his thing. Goes right, goes left, goes up front, goes behind. He's not worried about throwing his weight into someone, even though he's so small. He's just a great all-rounder. De Bruyne, decent game. Thought there's a couple of occasions where he could have got better crosses in or got a shot on target, but you got to remember he missed most of that last season as well. But yeah, he's looking sharp this season too. Doku, disappointing from him again. I think when he plays on the right side, it takes away a lot of his game because there's only one way he can go, which is on the outside. Because when he goes on the inside, he's got no left foot. So I think most of our attacks went down the left through Jack, who I thought had a really good game when he was on. Like I said, first half, when you try and play them cute little passes through players' legs and trying to give him goals on the edge of the box, Grealish is the man you want. He's the one that can wiggle through. He's the one that's going to win you free kicks. He's going that holds up the ball, keeps hold of the possession when you need to, slows it down. He also does his defensive work as well. Love Grealish. And Haaland, another hat-trick for him. He had 4 shots, 3 on target. Oh no, he had the 5th one at the end. He had 5 shots, 4 on target, 3 goals. Wonderfully taken, every single one of them as well. What more can you ask for? Yeah, it's another win, another day. Boring City. Thank you very much. Hit like, hit subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the match in the comments. And see you soon. Bye-bye.